Hey guys, this is Justin from breakintocre.com, and in today's video what we're going to do is talk about how to actually approach an informational interview with either a successful real estate investor or a real estate investment professional. So if you're asking people out to coffee or lunch and want to make sure that you're making the most of your time and also making a good impression in the process, definitely stick around for this video. Now on this channel we talk about real estate investing careers and real estate financial modeling, so if you're looking to break into commercial real estate for the first time or you're looking to advance your current real estate investing career, make sure to hit that subscribe button and hit the notification bell to be notified every time we release a new video. Now when you reach out to a successful real estate investor or real estate investment professional, you want to make sure that you're making the most of your time when someone actually says yes. After all, they're taking time out of their day to meet with you, and chances are these are really busy people if they've reached any level of success in the business. So when you're actually able to sit down with these people or even get on the phone with these people, how do you make the most out of your conversation and leave you and the person that you met with feeling good about the conversation that you had and that the time you spent together was worth it? Well, in this video, what we're going to do is go over 5 different things that you can do in your next informational interview to have better conversations, build better relationships, and ultimately use these to set yourself up to advance your career in the process. So number 1 is pretty straightforward, and that is to allow this person that you're meeting with to tell you their story, but also do your homework beforehand. So what I mean by this is make sure that you give the person the opportunity to tell the story of their career in their own words. So how did they get from where they started all the way to where they are today in the business, whether they're an entrepreneur or a high-level executive at a real estate investment firm. Now I say do your homework because you also want to know what you're going into beforehand. And today, with resources like LinkedIn, you can usually see someone's entire career path before you even decide to reach out to them in the first place. So make sure you know basic things like where these people went to college or what they do at their current role, but allow them to paint the picture for you. It's really easy to look at someone's resume and think that a certain path went a certain way, when in actuality, the story may be a little bit different. So give them the floor to tell you exactly how they got to where they are today and let them put their own spin on that story for you. Now, once you've talked to someone about their story and you understand their career path from their point of view, the second thing that you should be doing in an informational interview is taking time to learn about the person. So take the time to figure out who that person is as an individual and make sure that the conversation is not just transactional. The last thing that someone wants is for someone to come and pick their brain. And if you say, I want to pick your brain, what that sounds like is I want to take all the information that you have based on your experience and use it for my own benefit, rather than just building a relationship with you. And in real estate especially, the relationships that you have in the business matter, and the way that you go about your networking matters a lot. Now, when I say this, that doesn't mean that you need to grill people on what their life is like at home, but that does mean that you need to be aware and listen for things that make that person more of themselves. So maybe they mention they're married or they have kids, or maybe they mention something like a favorite sports team or a hobby, something that you can connect with that person on and actually remember to, again, build an actual relationship with this person rather than just a transactional meeting where you extract the information that you need from that person and then that's the last that you hear from each other for a long, long time. Now, by listening for cues about their personal life and understanding what their life looks like as a whole, you can actually get a better idea of, if you went down this path, what might your own personal life look like. So are they out at client dinners 3, 4, 5 nights a week? Or are they home by 6 p.m. every night and having dinner with their family? These are decisions that you're going to need to make in your career, so knowing the path of people that have gone before you in positions that you want to get into is going to be really helpful for you to understand where you actually want to go in the business. Now, once you know their story and you have a good idea of who they are as a person, number 3 is to ask targeted, specific questions and to come prepared beforehand. So when you sit down with someone who's successful for an informational interview, that person has already agreed to give you their time. And the last thing that you want to do is make that person drive the conversation. You are the one that asked to connect for a specific purpose, so make sure you have targeted specific questions that you can ask this person that can guide the conversation that you have. Now, generally, the way I recommend doing this is taking a look at what your biggest dilemma or problem is right now and asking questions around that. So maybe you're considering taking a new job, or maybe you're looking at moving from acquisitions to asset management, and you want to know what the pros and cons of each are based on this person's experience and what they would recommend to you based on your own specific experience and goals. So instead of asking a general question like, what do you suggest I do to get into acquisitions? A better question would be, based on my goal to develop office buildings in New York within 5 years, what kind of skill sets or networks would you recommend I focus on building right now? Now, a question like this gives the person that you're meeting with a clear prompt on what they actually need to tell you and what you need help with, and it also gives them more insight into who you are, what your experience is, and what you're looking to do in the future and how they might be able to help. Now, once you've shared what you're looking to do and you've asked some targeted questions, a fourth thing that you'll want to do in an informational interview is to ask that person that you're meeting with, how have you seen others be successful doing what I'm trying to do? So if you're talking to someone who has achieved a relatively high level of success, generally they're going to have a pretty expansive network and they're going to know a lot of different people in the industry who have done a lot of different things. So by asking this question, you can actually see the different career paths of people who have gone before you. So if you're looking to become a developer of office buildings in New York in your late 20s, ask the person that you're meeting with if they know anyone who has gone down that path successfully. And some great follow-up questions for that to figure out what kind of decisions you need to make in order to make that happen are things like, did they work for a larger developer first before they went out on their own? How did they raise capital for their first few deals? And what did their career trajectory look like after they actually started their company? All of these things will give you more insight into what you could be doing right now to increase your chances of successfully doing whatever you've set out to do, and some pitfalls for you to look out for as well. Now, the fifth thing that you want to do in any informational interview is end the conversation with, is there anything that I can do to help you? Now, this is really important even if you're just starting out as a college student and you're talking to the CEO of a multi-billion-dollar real estate investment firm. Just by saying this shows that you are not only trying to extract information from this person, but you're actually trying to build a relationship and you're invested in that person's success as well. And while most of the time when you're younger, you may just hear someone say, just pay it forward when it's your turn to help someone out, oftentimes you'll be surprised at what you can actually do to add value for someone that you're meeting with. For example, you may be able to connect this person with the local university if they want to be a donor at the university, potentially a guest lecturer at the university, or maybe they want to find interns for their company at the university that you're attending. This could also be things like sharing your experience with a certain software that might be popular in real estate investing right now that this person's company is considering using, or anything else that either they don't have access to and you do, or they don't have experience with and you do as well. Seriously, don't skip this. This is one of the most important parts of the conversation. Make sure you're looking to be helpful and looking to add value to the person that you're meeting with. Now, number 6 is a bonus tip, and that is to ask the question at the end of the conversation, based on what we talked about today, is there anyone else that you think I would benefit from talking with? Now, a question like this is really the magic sauce that can help you really exponentially grow your network in a short period of time, especially when you're meeting with successful people who are at a point in their careers where they're really focused on giving back. Oftentimes, they'll have 1, 2, or 3 friends that may be able to help you based on your specific goals and aspirations. So oftentimes when you ask a question like this, you'll have a warm introduction from that person that you met with, and especially if you made a good impression, those people are much more likely to recommend their friends to take time to talk to you. So this is how you can take one connection and build multiple relationships with multiple people without having to send cold emails or LinkedIn messages to dozens of people outside of your network. So that's it. Those are really 6 main things that you can do to run a successful commercial real estate informational interview. Now, if you want more tips, tricks, and templates on how to actually network more effectively, I'd recommend checking out my course, How to Land a Job in Private Equity Real Estate. And that's going to give you more templates and scripts on how to actually reach out to people in the first place, how to craft your resume, and how to really package your skill set to land the real estate private equity or brokerage job that you're looking to land. And if you want access to all of my courses and all of my models in a step-by-step way and additional support from me make sure to check out Break Into CRE Academy, and I'll also link that in the description below. So I hope that was helpful. If you liked this video and want to see more content like this, make sure to like this video to let me know, hit that subscribe button, and share this with anyone else who might find this helpful. Thanks so much for watching, and I'll see you in the next video.